vessel 22. This is she is skippered by Jason Mazzoni of Durham, North Carolina, and the commanding officer, or the executive officer, is Matthew Robert of Broomfield, Colorado. And the man overboard is Phoenix Geimer of Annapolis, Maryland. So they're going to do an upwind quick stop. Really common. This is a maneuver that was largely invented by the Naval Academy in the early 1980s. And the idea was that they needed a consistent way to get back down below a victim and then reach up to them so that they could fetch the victim at a controllable rate of speed. What we're going to try to do here with the current and the light airs is to give you a good bird's eye view of what's going on. And so the vessels are going to maneuver into position in front of you and see if they can keep good sight lines. So here's our man overboard. You can hear the cry. Flotation is thrown immediately. Frequently this flotation won't reach the victim, but it will start marking a spot or a debris field on the water. Boat's brought up into the wind. You can see a spotter pointing towards the victim on the stern. Really, really good for the skipper's orientation. The jib, the boat's tacked, but the jib is left back, and this is going to force the bow of the boat around so that you can tack in a very tight circle. As they get a little further, they're going to turn downwind, and on the downwind run, leaving the sails strapped in, they're going to drop the headsail. Well, this is really an advantage to have a furling sail or a hanked-on jib. If you have a continuous luff support jib, it becomes rather a hassle because you have to control it on deck. You can actually leave the jib up at this point if you want, but the nice thing about getting rid of it is it gives you one fewer sails to tend, and you don't have the lazy sheets flogging either the victim or the crew trying to rescue the victim. You can see how the bow is being blown off the wind, and as soon as they get a little further along, they'll drop the headsail on deck. One of the things we learned several years ago was that if the sail is truly strapped in, it may not come down on its own on a hank sail, so we ease the sheet about a foot or so to allow the sail to come all the way down on deck. So now they're abeam and going downwind. If they reach up at this point, they can come in with too much speed. They need to actually get down below the victim so that as they come up into the wind, they can control their speed on a close reach. We did a series of crew overboard trials on San Francisco Bay in the 90s and then in 2005, and everybody wanted to rescue the victim over the weather side. The problem with it is that in any sort of wind, the boat drifts downwind faster than the victim can swim to it, and you just end up drifting away from him. In this case, they're going to come alongside and be almost head to wind when they come alongside the victim. Notice you've got the spotters, 3 of them now. You've got probably somebody with a heaving line on deck getting ready to make contact with the victim. It's a lot safer to make contact with the victim using a heaving line than with the hull of the vessel. So, lost to Bugasi, they're pushing out the boom to slow them down. The victim's going to swim as well as you can swim in a immersion suit. And they're bringing him alongside of the boat hook. Now in this case, he's got a built-in harness on the immersion coverall, so he's going to snap the halyard, an extra long halyard, to the D-rings on his harness, and they'll start grinding him up. Great job. Vessel integrity.